The US military carried out a new airdrop of humanitarian aid to Palestinians in Gaza on Tuesday, parachuting in more than 36,000 meals.
Now, the Israeli offensive in Gaza, which is supported by the United States, it's displaced most of the enclave's people. It's led to critical shortage of food, water and medicine. There are famine-like conditions in Gaza. The Jordanian military, it's also carried out 8 airdrops over Gaza Strip. The airdrop happened in cooperation with the United States, France and Egypt.
Israel stopped all imports of food, medicine, power and fuel into Gaza at the start of the war. Although it later let in aid deliveries, aid organizations say that security checks and the difficulty of moving through a war zone have greatly hindered their operations. The 8 joint airdrop operations included 3 Air Force C-130 aircraft belonging to the Royal Jordanian Air Force, 3 US aircraft, 1 Egyptian and 1 French. The situation is worse in the northern part of Gaza, which is beyond the reach of aid agencies for news or news cameras and was the target of Tuesday's drop. Gaza Health authorities say 15 children have died of malnutrition or dehydration at one hospital alone.
Now, US officials say aid dropped by air is an expensive and insufficient alternative to aid that is trucked in, given the scale of the humanitarian crisis here. President Biden's administration is pressing for greater access by land as well.
US Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin met at the Pentagon with Benny Gantz, who's a member of Israel's war cabinet, and urged his support for Israel to do more to help the civilians in Gaza. Aid supplies to the rest of Gaza, already sharply curtailed since the start of the war, have dwindled to barely a trickle over the past month. Whole swathes of the territory are completely cut off from food. The US made its first airdrop on Saturday over the coast of southwestern Gaza.
US officials have voiced interest in a possible maritime corridor to get aid into Gaza. However, it is unclear how aid would enter without US military presence to facilitate that, including setting up a temporary port. The Pentagon spokesperson appeared to play down such a possibility when asked if the US troops might be needed to secure a port or other on-land aid distribution sites. Major General Pat Ryder said, and I'm quoting here, "At this time, there are no plans to put US forces on the ground in Gaza."
US has already urged Israel numerous times to do more to alleviate the humanitarian catastrophe in Gaza, where more than 30,000 Palestinians have been killed already. The Israeli assault launched in response to Hamas attacks that killed 1,200 people in October in Israel.